My name is Izaak Standridge, and I'm currently the Vice Chair of the Libertarian Party of Tennessee. And in my 25 years, I've had the opportunity to have real-life experience and give feet to my ideas. I've had the opportunity to travel the world and see various cultures and people groups. During the summer of 2007, I spent 3 months in Malawi, Africa, volunteering in orphanages. I also became a living donor when I had the privilege and opportunity of helping a friend in need of a kidney transplant. I was graduated from Alcoa High School in 2004, and I received my BA from Maryville College in 2008. And I'm seeking your vote to be elected to the Blount County Commission to represent District 5 on Seat A. I'm going to start off talking about what I believe in my vision for government. And I'll talk about the county finances, and then after that I'll be happy to take your questions. Individuals, as I go door to door, often ask me, what does a libertarian society look like? In response, I tell them what the chair of the Political Science Department of Duke, Michael Munger, has said, because I think it paints a really good image of the vision of a libertarian society, and that is one of a free society. It's a society in which a couple wakes up in their own home on land that they can control and that they can defend. That couple formed a bond out of mutual consent without needing the license or endorsement from any outside agency. They send their children to schools that they chose with curriculums they endorse. When they go to their car, they don't take an ID. It's no one's business who they are or where they're going, as long as they initiate no violence and break no laws. They work at jobs that they've trained for, and they enjoy the full fruits of that labor. They contribute to charities and work, or not, on causes that they believe in, and are not forced at gunpoint to support causes to which they loathe. What exactly do those schools, those jobs, and those causes look like? What will people do? I have no idea. Isn't it arrogant to think that I could know? Isn't it despotic to think that I have to know before we give them a chance? I'm for individuals achieving their full potential, and I seriously doubt the motives and effectiveness of government. I'm for each American. I'm for families. For groups of people working together to solve problems. I'm for responsibility and choice. I'm for a government that is small enough to fit inside the Constitution. Because in a free society, the default value is freedom. If the government has an objection and they want to do a work, they have the burden of proof, not the individuals that oppose their actions. As a commissioner, I will practice the good neighbor policy that we're taught as children. As children, we're taught not to steal, not to pick fights, to treat others the way that we want to be treated, and to respect the choices of our friends and neighbors. As such, I will not use force and coercion to decide what's best for others. I will respect the choices our friends and neighbors make in regards to the use of their properties. I will work to lower taxes and reduce spending so that everyone can invest in their own lives, the lives of their family, and in the community as they see fit. And I'm pleased to tell you, as I go door to door, I become more and more aware that the good neighbor policy is already in place in this wonderful community. I've been invited into more houses, been offered more refreshments, more drinks, engaged in many conversations out of the pure goodness of their hearts, not because they're forced to. You don't have to teach this to people, it's instinctive. And as I've been involved in campaigns and going to public forum, the number one thing that I hate to hear from candidates is, I know that you may not agree with me on everything. And my question is, why not? Why can't we have policies that everyone benefits from and that are agreeable? This is easier than you may think. It is my belief that individuals simply want to be left alone. They want their family to be left alone. They want you off their property and out of their wallets. To this end, I promise not to meddle in your affairs or the affairs of your loved one. I'll respect your property, will not use or support the abuse of eminent domain, which is very fitting with the anniversary of the Kilo versus the state of New London, the city. And I will lower taxes and cut spending in order for you to enjoy your own successes. The county finances are out of control, and yet all I see from the commission is a unanimous vote against the taxpayers. We have been told the reason they can't cut the budget is due to fixed cost. And it's true. If they want to maintain the government that they envision for themselves, there's a lot of fixed cost. But I have a different vision. I have a vision that we don't borrow, that we pay off the debts that we've incurred without raising taxes. Instead, we lower taxes and stop all wasteful spending and trim all the fat. And as I've said before and will continue to say, I'm not an advocate for anyone or any agency. The finances belong to the taxpayers. Therefore, the taxpayer is the individual that I will advocate from the commission bench. I'm a public servant, not a public master. Thank you. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to entertain them the best I can. If not, you can meet up with me afterwards. I'll be happy to have a conversation with each and every one of you.
It's nice to be self-sold.
Yes?
Isaac, so next year when the budget comes up, and they try to sock it to us again, you're going to vote against that, right?
Oh yeah. In this $46 million balloon payment, I'm advocating that we actually pay for it. And we do that by, if we talk about revenue opportunities, there's really 4 ways that individuals can gain revenue. If you're lucky, you can get an inheritance. You can sell goods and services, which government could essentially do. Or people could volunteer through donations. Or they could steal. Now, which one is most often used by the government? And so there are revenue opportunities out there that I've spoken about. One of the big ones is the county hospital. I don't think it needs to be owned by the county anymore. I think we can sell that and use that to make the balloon payment. Yes?
If you're elected, will you continue to have meetings with your constituents?
Oh, absolutely. And one thing, because I'm very frugal, and one question that came up 3 times on one street that I've gone to is they talk about how people speed down their road. And it was all mothers that had their children next to them, and they were concerned for their children's safety, and rightfully so. And I got the first question and didn't know exactly how to respond to it other than, I've seen at the commission meetings how they vote for traffic calming devices, so I said that's an option. But as I started talking to these women, I got to the second and third one, and I was like, man, there's a lot of interest on this street for that individuals are concerned with the high-speed traffic going down that street. Why don't we come together on this street, have a block meeting, and decide the best ways that we can remedy this solution? And it doesn't have to be done at from the bench. It can be done in the community with my district, and I'm all about that. Okay. Well, thank you guys very much. It's a pleasure.